Let's take a closer look at the eventful history of the Audi A4 B9. Audi, the uprising German brand of the 1980s, 1990s and 2000s, has effectively three cash cows, so cars which earn the money: the A3, A4 and A6. The A3 was added in the mid-90s and is a VW platform, but A4 and A6 are genuine Audi designs and are sold worldwide. You can find more information about the early history of these models or the cause of the traditional long Audi front overhang in my other videos with the links below. In 1994, the Audi A4 B5 was a huge step with its complex four-arm front suspension to eliminate disturbances of the front-wheel drive in the steering. In 2000, the Audi A4 B6 took the quality level even higher and changed the four-arm front suspension to full aluminium. In 2005, the B7, which was effectively a big B6 facelift, introduced a new Audi design language, and when people thought the car cannot get any prettier, the B8 came out in 2007. And the big news was that the clutch was now sitting behind the front axle, which brought the engine a good amount further back, which was great for design and weight distribution. Also, the dark headlights with daylight LEDs opened a new chapter. In 2007, the production numbers went down, which is normal if a new model is introduced. And in 2008, numbers picked up, but it was the year of the global financial crisis, and so numbers dropped the years after. Sales could recover again for the popular A4, but it was time for a facelift. Facelifts usually happen after 3 years, a new generation comes on the market after 5 years, and it takes around 5 years to design a new generation. So in the background, Audi's technical development was already working on the A4 B9, and in 2011 the B8 facelift came on the market with a few cosmetic changes. It was clear that a new A4 should be on the market, usually in 2012, but the facelift was already a year late, so a new A4 should come out latest in 2013. Designing a new generation basically means you take the previous car, put in the innovations which are ready for the road, give it a new design and sell it. That's why most new generations are pretty much like the old one, which doesn't mean it's a bad thing. So also here there was already a construction, drivetrains and a design for the new A4 B9. But Audi couldn't clearly overtake BMW and Mercedes. CTO was Michael Dick, long-term Audi engineer who worked his way up. VW in Wolfsburg wanted a change in Ingolstadt and sent Michael Dick into retirement. They then sent Wolfgang Dürheimer to Audi to become new CTO. Dürheimer started his career at BMW in 1984, worked his way up, changed to Porsche and became Porsche CTO in 1999. During his time, Porsche created Carrera GT and 918 Spider. In 2011 he became CEO for Bentley and Bugatti. So he had a great reputation, especially for sports cars, and was sent to Audi to push them higher. He started on the 1st of September 2012. And, by the way, at the same time a certain Luca De Meo became head of marketing and sales at Audi. So I guess you know how it is if you get a new boss. All progress stops. All departments stop working productively because they are presenting themselves one by one to the new boss and explain how important they are and what they achieved so far, hoping that they will keep their budget for next year or even worse, their existence. And everyone is anxious about what happens next and if there is a strategy change. And exactly that happened at the end of 2012 at Audi. The A4 B9 was basically ready, prototypes were produced for testing, and testing alone takes 2 years until the start of production because you usually need 2 winters. Dürheimer changed everything. He cancelled lots of sensible projects and started new ones. He didn't like the designs and development decisions of new models and cancelled many of them. One of them was the A4 B9, almost ready for production. He didn't like the exterior design, not the interior design, and wanted everything to be changed. It doesn't matter if it was the shape, the steering wheel, or even the shifter. Of course, as an engineer, you start from scratch. And that at a time when prototypes were already driving. In addition to that, he got really unpopular at Audi with sentences like, "At Porsche we do it this way," or people had to remind him that Audi estate cars are called Avant and not touring. Audi engineers are very proud and don't want someone sent by Wolfsburg to tell them how to design things and how others do it better. Also, Audi provided half of the profit of the VW group at that time, and the Audi engineers knew that. So it's not like they don't know how to build cars. In 2013, the technical development was a huge mess. Previous, almost finished car projects were cancelled, new ones not ready, and the atmosphere was very much against the CTO. It was so bad that Dürheimer had to report to Audi CEO Stadler how he would fix things, and VW Group CEO Winterkorn invited Audi engineers to Wolfsburg to explain what's happening in Ingolstadt. In the end, they fired Dürheimer and sent him back to Bentley and Bugatti. To fix the situation, they sent their best man to Ingolstadt, VW's CTO Ulrich Hackenberg. He became Audi's CTO in July 2013, just after 10 months of Dürheimer. The situation was bad. The A1 needed a facelift. The A6 needed a facelift. The Q3 needed a facelift. They needed a new Q7 and TT. The electric R8 was cancelled. And they desperately needed a new A4, the cash cow of the company. Many designs were floating around, many previous design decisions were cancelled, and now there was a new CTO again. So again, everything stopped. But Hackenberg was different. Instead of pushing Audi to new heights, he came to clean up the mess. The direction was clear. We need fast decisions and we need to bring new cars on the market quickly, especially the A4 B9. Because Audi's portfolio was really old at that time. So they took what they currently had, decided on a hybrid of the last designs and quickly brought the A4 on the market. But until the tools for the, again, new design were made and the first prototypes could be produced and tested, it took some time, again. And so the A4 B9 came on the market 2 years later, in 2015, 8 years after the B8 and effectively 3 years late. And you can imagine that if a car project is late, it's easy to be outdated when production starts. And it's also hard to add innovations later in the development. So the A4 B9 came on the market and, who would have thought at that time, it was to become the last classic Audi. When I see an A4 B9 pre-facelift on the street today, I think about the troubled time within the Audi development back in the day, constant direction changes, new management, projects being cancelled and starting over, and the huge compromise the car became in the end. But nevertheless, it's a good and nice looking car, it was popular, and it offers a level of quality we might not see anymore. So I hope you liked this episode of some newer car history and check out my online courses about car design and other videos for more.